Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another mildly interesting video where, as you can probably tell by the date right now, it is almost Christmas, which means that those guys that broke into my house a couple weeks ago are coming back over here to try again to break into my house and abduct me to sell me to those hunting grounds. Now, I had started thinking, how am I going to protect myself? We're going to have to find a way how we can make sure that these hunters will not come back to this house. And I think I found the one movie that can teach me how to do that. No, I have not watched Saw X, but I've got the next best thing. It's no surprise that Home Alone has become one of the biggest movies of all time, considered a Christmas classic by everyone. When you ask a person about a Christmas movie, their first thought will most likely either go to Home Alone or Die Hard, because for some reason Die Hard is on that list and I still do not know why. So naturally, it's pretty much normal that everyone at this point would have already seen it. So for the sake of this review, I'm going to spoil the entire movie. And if you haven't, go watch it, because right now is the proper time to do it. What are you doing? Go watch Home Alone. Part 1, the visuals. There's not really a lot to say about the visuals over here. Nothing unique. You can actually just see everything as normal. But there is one thing that a person named Cinema Wins actually pointed out during his review of Home Alone. He noted that there was a lot of Christmas colors around it.
But when it came time to make a Christmas movie, they did not want there to be any confusion about what time of year it was and what holiday was right around the corner. This movie is filled to the brim with red and green.
I guess that's what makes it have such a Christmassy feel. I feel like another part is that, like, the way that I remember it, the lights were pretty warm and comforting as well. And since there's a lot of Christmas lights, it really makes it feel like Christmas in a way. It's just like the director, Chris Columbus, I guess he just wanted to make sure like this was going to be a Christmas film. And it worked really well. It's pretty comforting in my opinion. Part 2, the audio. The soundtrack is a really good vibe. John Williams really did a good job with this. The one tune that keeps getting stuck in my head is the opening credits music. It has like this strange, mysterious vibes. It starts off with like this comforting like Christmas tune or something, and then it just like switches to a minor key, and all of a sudden it feels like more mysterious, a little more mischievous, if you will, which is kind of what Kevin McAllister's character is at this point. Overall, the soundtrack matches the film really well. The Christmas music that they picked during the other scenes also matches it really well. There's not really that much unique stuff to say about it, to be honest. Part 3, the characters. The first act really does a good job of portraying everything in Kevin's perspective and showing how, in a way, everyone else is mean to him. The way that they wrote these characters to make them realistic while still mean when viewed from another perspective is pretty great in my opinion. These people are acting like rational people in a way. And yet, we still feel bad for Kevin because of the way that these characters are designed. It's really great in my opinion. And despite all of that, they're all still fun to watch. In my opinion, they all have great acting performances and make sure like each of them is always fun to watch, even though they have some unlikable stuff about them, whether it's some of the jokes that they say or the way that they sit up from an airplane seat. They're all entertaining in my opinion. There's also a nice moral to be learned with Old Man Marley, where we learn that we should not be judging a book by its cover. Just because someone looks scary doesn't mean that person is actually scary. There's actually a lot of heart in him and a lot of heart in this film as a whole as well. It's a pretty nice moral to throw in there as well. And I feel like the way that the movie set him up was that like we would be thinking that like he was going to be the one that attacked Kevin towards the end. He was going to be another threat to Kevin's home. So I guess for me, at least when I was watching this film, it was a nice surprise that Marley was actually the one that would save Kevin during his darkest moment in a way, when he was finally confronted with the thieves. It was Marley that came to save him. It's a really nice reversal in my opinion, especially when I was watching it back when I was a kid. And it really helps support the moral much more, and I like the way that it's designed. It's a pretty nice moral in my opinion. Part 4, the plot. It's really simple. If you've heard of Home Alone, then you probably can already guess what the plot is. Essentially, a kid gets home alone during the Christmas holiday while all of them are gone to Paris. And now he has to defend his home from a bunch of burglars trying to break in and steal everything that's inside. Pretty basic plot, but they have a great lot of fun with it. I feel like everyone that has seen Home Alone will always remember the third act, when Kevin booby-traps his home to stop the burglars from getting in any further. It's incredibly fun. The acting performances are great in all fronts. And they're all fun to watch as well. Overall, it feels like they do a great job with this plot. It's not just about all booby-trapping the house. There's also a bit of character development that Kevin goes through when he learns to not judge people from what they look like. It's pretty great in my opinion. Wow, an actually helpful video for once, and I even have the tools required to do that. Now, all we just have to do is make sure we can set up these traps really fast before the hunters come back. This will take a while though, so we'll just skip ahead. Alright, that took a while, but I did it.